Hi everyone, it's Stacey Wixall, the director of Macedon Public Library. I'm back again to talk about 3 more biographies. Remember, books that are written about someone's life that I would like to share with you. The first one is a quick one. It is called Beatrix Potter and the Unfortunate Tale of a Borrowed Guinea Pig. This was such a good story. It's super funny, but it's also a little bit sad, but it's definitely worth reading, and it gives you a little insight into Beatrix Potter. In case you don't remember, and I bet you will, and if you don't remember, you should definitely check this out. Peter Rabbit Tales. These are all the tales that Beatrix Potter wrote and illustrated. They're cute little animal stories. Peter is a mischievous little bunny in them, and I think you would rather enjoy these stories if you've never read them. This might be something you want to check out for fun reading and find out a little bit more about Beatrix Potter. The next one I want to mention, and I bet many of you are familiar with this, Little House on the Prairie series. There are 8 books in this series written by Ingalls Wilder. These books are wonderful if you want to know what it was like to be a pioneer many years ago. These books really tell it like it is, but with lots of spirit, and they're easy to relate to. Even though we live in a different time, I think you'll find that if you read them, you'll find them very relatable in ways. And if you have read them, or maybe you haven't yet, there is this wonderful little book, another quick read, all about Ingalls Wilder. And it is not an autobiography. It is just a biography because it was not written by Ingalls Wilder, but by Gwenda Blair. And it has really nice illustrations by Thomas Allen. I enjoyed reading about this book because it details her life. It starts out when they're on the move, and they make several moves because, as you may already know if you've read the series, Pa moves his family around quite a bit. Mary has some medical problems, and it's all in here. Along with, you find out that Laura didn't write her series until she was 60 years old. And she decided to write those books to preserve all of her memories and to share what it was like growing up in that time period with people like you. So I encourage you to read the biography as well as the series if you have not done so. And finally, I have an autobiography about this author. Her name is Esme Raji Kodel. And she actually wrote this book, How to Get Your Child to Love Reading. And rightly so, because if you read this autobiography she wrote about her 5th grade year, you will quickly discover Esme gets kids in a big way. When you read this book, it is so funny, and it is so true to probably things that have happened in your own life. And if not, you could imagine them happening. I think you'll really enjoy this book. And it's all stories from the 5th grade, or as she puts it, hard to swallow stories from the 5th grade. Because of course, not everything that happens in her life is necessarily a wonderful thing. My favorite part in the book is when she has all of her grandparents and even a couple of her greats, which is really remarkable. And she's staying with, she's visiting her grandma that lives close by to her in Chicago. And the grandma falls asleep, and her cousin is also visiting. And so they decide, because the grandma likes to have all these fantastic parties, they decide to pay it forward. And while grandma's sleeping, they set up a party. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because that is such a cute memory that she includes in this book that you'll want to read it just for that, because I really enjoyed that part. So I hope that you will check out some biographies and autobiographies. And remember, if you come to the library and you want any of the books I've mentioned today and they aren't here because other people are borrowing them, no worries, because you can go to Owl to Go, and many of the books that I'll be mentioning and have mentioned are available through Owl to Go. Owl to Go is where you get ebooks that you can read on an iPad or an e-reader. You can even read them on your cell phone. If you have a smartphone, you could read them there, or on a regular computer screen. So don't forget to check Owl to Go. Using your library card and PIN number, you can get all sorts of great books. Before I go, I almost forgot. Another book that you may want to get by this author is Sahara Special. That's another really good one she wrote. And we don't happen to have a copy of it here just yet, but I'm going to order it. And so you would be able to get it here, or you might be able to get it on Owl to Go as well. So if you like this book, I definitely recommend searching out other books by this author, because she's really got a great way of writing with lots of detail and lots of humor. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. So get reading. Bye.